It took a lot of hard work.
Ladies and gentlemen, come bubbles and panty turds, welcome to that OTG podcast. Hey, I'm back with episode 1. How can you be back if it's episode 1, I hear you cry? Well, if you missed it, episode 0 launched a couple of weeks ago, and I actually had a blast recording it. But only this guy could release a debut episode of a podcast with some audio issues. But should all be fine now. Fingers crossed. I've just got this horrendous cold going on right now. Fantastic for episode 001. Love it. But technically it's still not a podcast, because I still do not have an SM7B mic like Joe Rogan and everyone else on the planet as a podcast. And my favourite headphones broke. So it's been a fantastic start to this whole venture that I've decided to go on. This is a podcast about that soon to be released video game Off the Grid. Early access is available to download for free right now on PS5, Xbox and PC, Epic Games and Steam. So jump into Teardrop Island and give it a try. For free! What are you waiting for? I'd be surprised if you haven't tried it, because why the fuck else would you be watching or listening to this podcast? Unless you're a complete psychopath. Like me! I am DeadEndOld, or Dead End, or Dead, or simply just Chris, because that's my actual name. I can hear my mother's voice in the back of my brain right now going, no, it's Christopher. Alright, Mum. Anyway, thanks to anyone who checked out episode 0, and remember to follow that OTG podcast on Twitter. I mean X. I mean Bebo. Can we get out of this? Can we get out of this car park, please? Because it's quite lonely. Fuck, double braided beard. Hey, here we are. So once again, thanks to everyone. Follow that OTG podcast on Twitter, X, Bebo. As I speak, we are currently at 58 followers. That's quite surprising, actually. Moving on up, moving on up, no, didn't stop me, girl. People. Look out for some Scottish newscaster. Let me try that again. Look out for some Scottish newscaster. I don't know why M people popped me. With Teardrop today from time to time on that Twitter account. And you should definitely follow, because all the cool zeros do. Like, let me think. Vlad. That's right, the CEO himself followed that OTG podcast on X, Twitter, Bebo, MySpace, whatever the fuck it's called these days. So you should too. Thank you, Vlad. He followed just last night, just recently. You can head to patreon.com/that OTG podcast and help support the show. Speaking of, we have a patron number 1. A podcast pioneer. 001. Massive shout out to Marksy! Mwah! For signing up. Can't thank you enough, mate, but I'll try. Thank you. You tried saying thank you 700 times. There it is! Look at that sexy bastard. Oh, he's just excited. He has unlocked early access to every podcast episode. Early, and even some exclusive Teardrop Today's. Exclusive live streams coming soon. Plus ridiculous content like the steamy adventures of Teardrop Timmy. Episode 1 is available now on Patreon. Check it out. Cheers again, Marksy. What a lovely, mad, dancing bastard. Who's going to be podcast pioneer number 001? 002. Sign up now for your chance to be featured on the next episode. Hey, 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 hey. Smoke weed every day. I'm reaching out to some people soon though, because I would love to have one as a guest. Because I'm currently putting together my ass. That's ASSAASS. It's pronounced ass. That's my almost super secret, almost always super special potential list of podcast guests. Look out for a message from me, or hit me up on Twitter, X, Bebo, MySpace, Trovo. What the fuck is that? Or email. That's right, email. Remember that? Email. That OTG podcast at hotmail.com. Alright, Zeros. On with the show. I'm under the weather today, as you can probably tell. Feel like shit. Look like shit. I always do. But the show must go on. Let's start with the Limmer Takes It All, shall we? That's right, that's where we look at the cyber limbs in the game. Last time we looked at starter limbs and read the description. Let's see what's next in line, shall we? Alright, here we are. Let's see. So this is legit. I just went to the next one in line from the starter limb. So let's start. Yeah. Starters, and then it goes straight on to Cyber Lancers. Sorry, I had to do a big massive fucking sneeze. Cyber Lancers. Why only use arms to stab people? I've always thought that, actually. Activate these legs and you'll launch at your enemy with a nanotube carbide blade unsheathing like an erection of destruction. I've never read these before. No pleasure, only pain. Tear armor to pieces, rip limbs to shreds, and leave Zeros bleeding in a puddle of what used to be their organs. Whoever writes these, GG's. The next one up. Oh god, it is Bounce Bombers. Let's see what the Bounce Bomber says, Bounce Bombers. There's no hiding from your wrath with the Bounce Bomb arms. Grenade launcher. Pop off a grenade or two over cover, under obstacles, or even bounce them off a wall or two. With one press of your handy detonator, surprise! Your enemies turn into a burning, screaming, soon-to-be-dead fireball. Fireball whiskey? Where? Who's got a showy fireball? Where? Hello? Sorry, I'm Scottish. Wow. Bounce Bombers, what do you think about them? By the way, if you look at the top left of the screen, it says, Limmer Takes It Al. Who the fuck is Al? You can only fit a certain amount of characters in, and unfortunately I couldn't fit the extra L in. But you know what I mean, so maybe I'll call it that from now on. This section will be called Limmer Takes It Al. And just in case you want a wee simple backpack when you go in, humble and handy backpack for lugging around your gear. Offers 4 extra inventory slots. Inventory. Anyway, back to the show. Where are we with these questions that have plagued the OTG community for a while now? It should be answered soon. When ranked? When mainnet? When OpenSea? When KYC? When Steam? Answered. When that port full of meat gonna give us all a Tacoma Pioneer? Wait, what? When solos? When full release? When loadout ladder? Answered. Unfortunately. When shoes? Answered. That's right, I believe in this latest update thing. Well, last week, they actually... the first thing everyone was going about was, wait a minute, hold on. I can see my fucking shoes on my Zero's feet. So, GG's, there we go, we've answered another one. Another one has been answered, and we will get some answers soon for the other ones. Latest news, by the way, speaking of loadout ladder, Jesus, I tried it to to some leveling up. It could be good. It could actually be pretty good. At the minute, it's almost like some sort of, I don't know, torture device. I feel like I'm just getting tortured every time I try and play it. But it could be good. I don't know, it's early days for this loadout ladder gimmick, but it could be good. There's a lot of demons on there, I've noticed, that play 24/7 when they can. I believe at the minute it's rotating, so it's 1 week loadout ladder, and it changes, I think, on a Thursday. Today, it will change to deathmatch, and then I think it's like that for the foreseeable future until we get another update, or it may change. But latest news, the OTG Ambassador Program has been announced. Can we go to the big screens, please? Is the telly working yet? Can we get the TV working? Get the fucking. It's working, guys. OTG Ambassador Program. Let's have a look to make sure that's what I'm talking about. Let's just have a see what's going on. Like I say, if you follow X, Twitter, Bebo, MySpace, whatever the fuck it is called, especially that OTG podcast, I will be retweeting a lot of the official stuff. So you can just follow there and turn on the notifications. Also, obviously, follow Gunzilla and play off the grid. I think it's Guns on Guns. This is play off the grid. Can we see this, please? Boom. Perfect. It's actually working. Calling all creators. This was the update that went out recently. I think it was last week. Our Ambassador Pilot program is officially open for applications. We're looking for streamers, content creators, writers, and moderators to join our team. We've got new rewards. That's right, new rewards and opportunities waiting for you. Ready to join the crew? Apply now. And then there's a link there you can follow. So there you go. Applications are open now. If you feel like checking that out, why not? I think I'm probably too Scottish and too drunk to be an ambassador, but who knows? I haven't applied. There's my stupid face. This is just me going through the OTG podcast. What we got here is another fucking stupid face. Guns official. Mainnet is officially in motion. EU Zeros, you're first in line. Rest of world, don't panic. You're next up. It says Europe. Mainnet opens this week. I mean, it's Thursday right now. So, TikTok, I'm assuming there'll be an announcement imminently. Or very shortly, at least. And then we've got Play Off the Grid. This is the most recent thing where I've wrote that emojis explosion plus knife equals crazy face. I'm in! Because it says Off the Grid Friday, so tomorrow, this weekend. Friday, the grid rewrites the script. The producers call it Blast and Slash. Your part is simple. Drop in, slash, or get slashed, and make it. I mean, 24-hour modifier, Friday to Saturday. That'll be going into play tomorrow, I believe. So get that checked the fuck out. I feel like that's something I want to jump in on. It might make me feel a bit better. Go over this cold. I believe it's is it rippers only and shotguns only and like some other limbs, a hook shot or something. I don't know, but it sounds pretty interesting. And like I say, look out for that news about the EU. OpenSea? KYC? Fourth wave? I have no idea. I don't know why my voice is very high pitched. But the Flaw Championship happened as well. That happened last weekend. So last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was supposed to release this podcast last weekend. Got delayed. Because I actually ended up watching the whole Flaw Championship from start to finish, which I wasn't actually planning on doing on a Friday. But it hooked me in! So the podcast got delayed, then I got ill at the start of the week, and anyway, we're here now. But yeah, I enjoyed watching the Flaw Championship. I was on board on Friday night. What I was doing, I was looking for Twitch streams just so I could, check it out. I saw Top Cat. Shout out to Top Cat, who previously commented in episode 0, I believe, so cheers. Shout out to Top Cat. I checked out your team. on a Friday night because your mix was good. You had sound on. I could hear everything. I could see everything. So I actually watched all 4 of your games on Friday night and recorded my commentary all over. So it's just me screaming all over Bend Over. I might actually upload them to Patreon if it actually worked. I don't know. Day 2, I found another stream to spectate. It was Barcode's stream. He had a great mix as well, so it was fantastic. I was checking out Gold as well, but they had no sound on. I couldn't watch it without any sound. But shout out to Gold legends. And safe. But Barcode was fantastic actually. So I spectated with them day 2 for 4 games. And these 2 teams in the final came 2nd and 3rd. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, I just kind of picked 2 random teams. Friday, Saturday. So I was on board with them on the final. Little did they know they had a 4th man in their team, cheering them on from the wings, half drunk. Like I say, the footage should be recorded, and I possibly may upload it to Patreon. Maybe I'll put some highlights on YouTube or X, Twitter, Bebo. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binaries from other refineries, it's time for Interview with a Zero. Since it's episode 001, I felt like we needed a special zero indeed. Now, the point of this section of the podcast is to interview mainly players. You can come on cam and say hey, or you can send me your zero instead. The first guest has been so busy that they were not able to send me their zero, unfortunately, in time for this episode. So maybe next time, if they come on, we can see their full drip instead of just starter limbs, basic attire, and a scout cap. This interview was recorded last week in the early hours before the Flaw Championship, so don't get confused if you're watching this interview. Don't get confused. It was recorded before the Flaw Championship. I was going to release it last weekend, like I said, but it got delayed, and then I've been ill. So, however, let's check out the first proper interview with a zero. All right. I am joined on that OTG podcast with our very first guest ever. Some people know her as Chantel. Some people know her as Cosmic. And some people know her as a wee ledge. Hello, Cosmic. How are you doing? And welcome to this shit show.
Hello. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. It's good to hear your voice.
No, it's been a little while since
it's been a while. So, thank you for doing this. I've got a set of questions on the podcast that I want to ask each guest, and most guests that I want to get on are players off the grid, the game. This is a slightly special situation. It's not only are you an OG player of the game, you have since gained employment at Gunzilla, is that correct?
Yeah, I've leveled up. I'm now with Gunzilla at the moment.
Would you like to give as little or as much information as you like about what your role is at Gunzilla right now?
You know what? I thought your first question was going to be a lot worse than that, Dead End, so I'd be more than happy to. Currently I'm the player engagement manager, so I work with a few departments across Gunzilla at the moment, but mainly with the community team. Oversee some stuff in our department and in the market and stuff, so yeah.
Sweet, so you've been kept busy.
A wide range of things. Very, 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 very busy.
Very, very busy. And
very.
So if I was to say, when's mainnet, when's ranked, when's solos, you'd say what?
I'd say, how long is a piece of string?
So this, like I say, this is just for players of the game. So this is not about grilling Godzilla. But
yes, it is.
I
was told when you asked me, hey, can we do a podcast so I can ask you every single question the community wants to know?
They'll be screaming, going, ask the real questions. None of this shit you're about to ask. None of this shite. But for future guests, this is the questions you're going to get. Are you ready, Cosmic, to answer some questions?
I am ready. Hit me.
Okay.
On you go. But yeah, just for, again, context to go off the back of what Dead End said, this is just a series that, from what I understand, is him interviewing players. So a lot of these questions will be geared around me as a player, just my background a little bit. But who knows how many questions we're going to go through and what lays ahead of us at the end.
Well, here's an easy one for you. Which part of the world are you from?
Believe it or not, me and Dead End are from the exact same part of the world. We're both Scottish.
What coincidence?
Over the years, my Scottish accent has diluted a little bit, so I don't sound as Scottish as Dead End over there. However, yes, I'm from Scotland.
Oh, you sound fantastic. Before we delve into all things OTG, what games were you playing in the before times when you were growing up, and like most recently, before OTG came into your life? What games were you playing?
Oh God, I've played so many games, Dead End. I used to platinum games on PlayStation just for the sake of platining them. And then I ended up falling in love with some games that I would have never played otherwise. So I've played such a huge variety from, shooters, horror games, RPGs, you name it. But like the franchises that I was super into growing up would have been Pokemon. Absolutely loved Pokemon. I still love Pokemon. Huge fan. Shout out, we've got a new game coming out next month. I absolutely loved Arceus, so I'm so hyped for ZA. Pokemon, Call of Duty, was a huge Call of Duty fan. So all the way since World at War, Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was my first game that I really got into. Tons of different games.
So what you're saying is, though, you're basically a hardcore gamer by the sounds of things.
Yeah, chronically online gamer, pretty much. I've been since I was old enough to walk, I think. My GameCube. I'm not super old. Like, I'm not the Game Boy days.
Yeah. Not dead end.
But I am old enough to be GameCube.
GameCube was class.
I loved the GameCube. I absolutely loved it. And I think it's just got that nostalgic factor. And then obviously at the PS1, PS2, and I'm very much a PlayStation gamer, so I'm a little Sony pony. So I like my PlayStation consoles. So I had them since I was really young, and
nice.
Still play on it.
Quite a wide variety of games then. I like it.
Yeah.
So how and when did you discover Off the Grid?
Good question. I discovered OTG a couple of years back, and I was going through one of my mutual on Twitter at the time and who they followed, and I saw this game and I'm like, So I think I dropped them a follow, and here we are today.
When was that?
Years later. 2.5 years ago. So this would have been mid 2023.
Wow. And which platform do you play on?
Well, I'm on PC at the moment, but like I said, I love PlayStation, so that will always be like my OG.
So does that make the next question redundant? Which is which is your preferred platform?
Listen, if you give me enough time to talk, I'll end up just answering all these questions without even
letting me speak.
To, okay.
What was your first impressions of the game?
So I played during the PC Pioneer last May, June time when it dropped. And I was I'm very much a person when it comes to games, and I don't know how you are, Dead End, and I know a lot of players have different approaches to video games. Some have really high expectations based off of, their past experience with the franchise, or perhaps have low. I am very much on the low expectation end of the spectrum, because I love when I have low expectations of a game and then I go in and I'm just like, wow, this is such an amazing experience. So I went in with kind of low expectations of OTG at first, and I think when I first played, I was like, wow, this is actually going in a direction I didn't think it was going to go. I thought my first impressions were pretty good.
Positive experience.
Yep.
So my gran always said this. This is a true story. She always said, expect nothing in life and you'll never be disappointed.
Your grandma's a wise woman,
and
that's for sure.
I live by those words. Here's a stupid question. Do you have Pro?
Oh yeah, I've got Pro on multiple accounts.
So I was going to say, it's a stupid question for you because obviously you're an OG player.
I've got Pro coming out of every single area. Like I've got Steam, PlayStation, Xbox,
nice,
PC, Epic, you name it.
How long was it from when you started playing the game until you actually decided to say, you know what, I'm going to drop a bit of money on this and support the game, and become pro?
do you just want to take my job? What are these questions? And like trying to get some data. Listen, if you get some good data by the end of these interviews, you know where I am.
That's what I'm saying.
How long was it from when I started playing the game until I decided to get pro? I decided to get pro straight away. So my PC wasn't good enough during the Pioneers. We were given access because we were moderators at the time, and we needed to obviously support the community. However, my PC wasn't the best, so I couldn't run it. So I had to wait till PlayStation came out, and when PlayStation came out, that's when I seriously started playing a little bit more. Yeah, and we didn't get OTG Pro, I want to say, for about 2 months until actually it's upcoming our 1 year anniversary on October 8th next month. So it was October 8th. We've got the first release of OTG Pro with the Ninja skin last year. So that was like my first OTG Pro, and the only reason we had to wait obviously was because just for PlayStation. And I think Xbox got it a slightly bit later once they got outside of the Insider program. Ironic, and outside of the Inside. Yeah.
I think it took me about a week or so, and it must have been the same time in October. That's when it came out on PlayStation. I played it on PlayStation. I missed the Pioneer days, unfortunately. So here's a question. We're actually looking. I meant to say we're actually looking. You're joining us, and it's your Zero. I'm actually talking to right now. What's the name of your Zero?
Just Cosmic, I think. That's what everyone knows me as. So I can interview you quickly. What was the reason that you bought Pro in the first place? Do you remember?
It was I wanted to support the game because I thought, I love this. It's fantastic. And then the rewards were better. It just seemed worth it. You know, the amount you could level up and stuff. But like I said, I just wanted to support something cool. And I had played like Warzone for quite a while, and I was paying like, you know, when you're buying, what do you buy? It's not battle passes you were buying there. Yeah. So I actually stopped playing that, and I was like, oh cool, I can support this game now. So I've been doing it ever since. That's why I bought Pro.
Nice.
Not bad. What server do you play on?
I currently play on Firefly mostly. I'm European, obviously, so we're all over in the Firefly, the best server. I know there's some heated contention in the community between which server's more hardcore, be Firefly or CBS. And if anyone's watching this, I would really love to know what your guys' opinion is. Yeah, obviously, I'm biased.
Sound off in the comments below, because I'm going to say something that might be controversial as well.
On you go.
Firefly is a blender compared to CBS. And I can actually win some games in CBS quite easily. Firefly is a completely different story. It's just it's all you guys running around.
I'm telling you, Dead End, I don't know what they've got in their Gatorade over there, but whenever I hop on an American server, it's just bounce bombers, you know, it's just the most insane limbs. And then Firefly, I'm just like, I don't know, a very competitive vibe on that server.
Ridiculous.
It's just again, I'm biased though. A lot of players would say, hey, Copper is more competitive, CBS is more competitive. But across all the games I play, I would say EU specifically is quite a sweaty boy.
Agreed. A very sweaty boy. What's the most amount of ping that you're comfortable playing on, speaking of different servers?
Jesus Christ, do you want my job dead end at this point? What kind of question is that? What's the most amount of ping you're comfortable playing on? Well, during the Pioneer program, funnily enough, right? I'm going to backtrack on everything I just said. We played on Firefly for maybe the first month, I want to say, of the Pioneer program. So for the Pioneer program on PS5, it was only available at weekends, right?
Right.
So you only could play on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday. I think we eventually extended it to. So we actually eventually moved and went onto CBS servers because they were a little bit more competitive at the time. So it got to the point where the CBS servers just got infiltrated by the entire EU lobby. And we played on there for and basically until the end of Pioneers, and when early access opened up, we went back onto EU for a little while. And I think our ping on that server, it was never really too bad. I could probably play So when I was playing, I was probably about 120 to maybe 150 max, if it was really bad. But the highest I would be able to play on, I would say, is 180 to 200.
My lord! Yeah,
I'm not. I know some players are very much, very picky about their ping, but because of like my teammates and my friends, obviously Safe, Big Safe, he's from Saudi Arabia, so
sorry, I just need to correct you. His name's actually Safe.
Safe. Yes, Safe. He is from Saudi Arabia, so his ping is always big, and I've just really grown to get used to large pings whenever we're playing, and so it doesn't bother me, but I can understand why it would bother some players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably Firefly or CBS. That's probably it for me, and then I'd probably lose the will to live. What's the most amount of ping you're comfortable playing on? I just asked you that.
You just asked me that, Dan. Come on, it's not like it's 3:00 in the morning or anything.
Hey, listen, it's a professional outfit. I actually done that to myself. If this is the first time anyone's watching this podcast, I've done an episode 0 2 weeks ago, and I interviewed myself, and I managed to ask myself the same question twice. That's actually happened twice now. So maybe that's a thing I'm going to have to do going forward. Well, here's a fucking easy question. What's your favourite thing about the game?
Oh,
it's quite a tough one, actually.
No one's asked me that before, and I've never thought about it.
It's quite a tough one.
Never thought about it. I made up a new word, but we'll go with it. What is my favourite thing about the game? I would say probably the movement and the flying. I think I am not a boots on the ground player, so for context, when I played COD, I loved zombies, and I was never the biggest fan of multiplayer or the some of the campaigns were really good. And I started playing multiplayer and really loved multiplayer as I moved more into the advanced movement, like Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, BO3 and things like that. And obviously they went back to boots on the ground with COD World War II. So I stopped enjoying it as much. And then obviously Apex and stuff came out, and all these like fast looter shooters came out. So I love the movement in OTG. I think that's part of its core identity, and I can see why a lot of other players fall in love with it as well. But being able to shoot while you're flying has its cons, but has huge pros for me, and I love it.
I wonder how many people would are going to answer the same thing, because that's my answer as well. So the movement, being able to get in and out of situations so quick. There's nothing quite like it in any game, I think. So there you go, agreed. What do you think of the Web3 crypto blockchain aspect of the game?
I think the technology is, good. I think that asset ownership's huge, and being able to trade items within our own marketplace and on external marketplaces like OpenSea is awesome. I've loved trading in games and owning items. Like I've got like the original Fortnite Battle Pass sets.
Oh wow.
And, like the original OG John Wick sets, and then before they eventually released the John Wick set. So I'm very much a collector in my life and digitally as well. So probably the strangest collection that I have is my Build-A-Bear Pokemons. I love going to Build-A-Bear and stuffing them up and getting them. Maybe we should edit that out.
No, that's staying in.
Maybe we'll see it.
No, it's great. Build-A-Bear Pokemons, ladies and gentlemen. That's something I never thought I would hear tonight.
I love Build-A-Bear Pokemon. I'm telling you, Dead End. And
what is a Build-A-Bear Pokemon? That I've got.
You've never been to Build-A-Bear?
Never.
You're lying.
Imagine me walking into Build-A-Bear.
That'd be funny.
Just some drunk Scotsman.
Build-A-Bear is this like... I'm sure they've got one over your end.
Have they got one in Braehead?
Yeah, they'll have one in Braehead as well. They've got one, see, in Buchanan, when you're coming off the Buchanan bus station.
Yes.
Literally, and you've got John Lewis right across the road. Literally, just go into Buchanan Galleries and it's in there.
I'm going to go.
So on the second floor, I know exactly where it is because I've got like my little routine. Whenever they bring out a new Pokemon, I'm like, right. I go in and it's on the second floor. You get the escalators up, and it's besides Claire's. Do you remember Claire's? I think they're closing down.
They are. Claire's. So that's an idea for one of the next episodes of the podcast. I'll film myself in Build-A-Bear just for you. Deal.
Thank you.
Deal. How often do they release these things?
Every couple of months. It's not super common because obviously they kind of want to hype it up.
Right.
So the recent one I think is Lytton, which is Incineroar's baby evolution. So he's a little kitty. He's kind of cute. And then we just had Wooloo, which is basically a sheep. And sometimes there seems to be no rhyme or reason to why Build-A-Bear are releasing certain Pokemon over other Pokemon. So I'm like, why are you releasing Wooloo? Who knows Wooloo? Like, whatever. And they sort of have a habit of releasing newer generation Pokemon over the older known ones. But
I love how I've literally asked you a question about the Web3 crypto blockchain aspect, and we're talking about fucking Pokemon Build-A-Bears.
I am a great politician, okay? You ask me a question and I'll just nicely move it along.
Well, there you go. That's for the Pokemon Build-A-Bear fans, which I'm going to be, apparently, in the next few months. So, next question. How often do you play? Maybe I should put this into two parts. How often did you play when you were properly playing all the time? Now that you're a bit busier, how often do you play? Well, two questions.
Yeah, I'm glad you split it into two questions because it's so drastically different now. For obviously, but players might not know that before I joined Gunzilla, I was the number one player on Tracker for wins, which required me to play quite a lot to maintain that spot. Yeah, for months I had to maintain it. So I was playing. I remember me and Safe would wake up. Some days we'd be on and I'd get a message from Bobo being like, are you guys still in a PlayStation party? Like 16 hours later or something. And yeah, we had some hardcore days where we'd just sit and grind. And I think this was one thing that I've loved about OTG and the OTG community is I've met just some really, really awesome people that, Bobo's came up to visit me now. They've turned into real strong friendships, and that's one thing that I've loved throughout this whole journey is just playing with people that I can call friends now, and it's just that's been if I had to sit and play solos for any amount of time, and I know I'm going to upset some players with this who want solos back. I hear you guys, I get it. Me personally, however, just not a huge solo player, not a huge solo fan. I love narrative games and I'll play them solo. I don't, like Borderlands 4 obviously came out tonight. Happy to play that solo, even though it's co-op. But when it comes to multiplayer games like Apex, OTG, can't do it solo. So yeah, the friendships I've made along the way have been a huge part in that. When it comes to my playtime now, I definitely don't get to play as much as I'd like to. I do still play every day, at least one or two games, especially when it comes to playtesting and stuff for new content. But yeah, definitely not as much as I used to.
So when solos, I mean, I'm definitely looking. Do you know? I am looking forward to solos returning, just so I can stream the game like quite a lot. I think maybe there's a lot of people in my boat that maybe think that because I don't know what it is. I just like the idea, the solo aspect of it. I mean, obviously.
Is it easier, do you think?
I don't know. Well,
solo?
Oh, to stream solo, absolutely, for me. Because I could just go, there's a 10-hour solo session, OTG. Twitch, whatever. Funny enough, mentioning Twitch, you were the first person that I ever saw stream off the grid. And I remember because I was like, let's see if anyone's streaming. And it was Cosmic. And I went in. And I heard you, and I was like, holy fuck, she's Scottish. Like,
no way, what are the coincidences?
It's like that thing when you go on holiday, when you're Scottish, and you hear, you're on somewhere abroad, and you hear a Scots voice, and go, hey! But that's...
It's like you're the long-lost family member.
I know, but so I remember tuning in to you then, and I think you had just launched the Gold, right?
Perhaps. Maybe, yeah. Might have been around about the time, yeah.
I think I was like number 7 on the Gold.
Actually, gaming. Yeah, we would have, yeah, because you joined the server after not long after, yeah. Yeah, that's so long ago now that, wow, we're in September, Jesus.
So, you don't play as much now, obviously, because you're busy, but back in the day, you were literally number 1 for wins.
Yep, grinded.
I remember, but you're not doing something where you were doing a head-to-head or something to try and reach, was it 1,000 wins or something? Or
2,000. So 2,000? I was the first player to 1,000 wins. And then I was going to be the first player to 2,000 wins as well. But I wanted to make it a little bit of a competition because I was live streaming at the time.
That's right.
So me and Shaz we didn't even really agree on this. We never actually said to each other, "Hey, we're doing this." We just it was just a vibe
Just
thing,
organic.
you know. Yeah, it was just organic. I think he saw me playing, he hopped on, he started streaming, people came into my chat talking about it, went into his chat, and it just sort of became its own little thing, and players love to watch, and it was a fun time for sure. But yeah, first to 2000 wins, I unfortunately lost. I'm not going to blame Bounce Bombers, but it was
really?
a skill issue on my part.
Well, you broke records, so that's crazy. Do you play with the same people? And do you have a clan tag?
Do I play with the same people now? I would say I play with the same people like sometimes. Not all the time now. Did I used to play with the same people? Yeah. I think when PS5 Pioneers first started, and as we moved on to early access, I made a bit of an effort to play with a variety of people. I still had like my regular group for sure, and obviously Bobo and stuff, but we would make an effort to play with other players, especially when my win rate was so high. I didn't want to obviously just go on and just keep winning every single game on my own. You know, it loses its novelty after a while. So
I've won another game.
And there's just something so hype about getting someone a win for them.
Yeah.
You know, you hear them come on their mic and they're like, "Oh, thank you," you know, and they're like bigging you up, and it's just like, damn, stroke my ego a little bit more, why don't you? You know?
Do you have a clan tag?
Yeah, I don't really have one anymore. I think I made it guns now. Obviously, it used to be gold prior, but it's guns now.
Cool.
I'm not technically in gold and not affiliated with gold any longer, but I'm definitely a huge gold homie. Always will be. You know, yeah. I think I might still run gold on some of my accounts. I've got a couple of them across the platforms now. So
sweet. Shout out to some of your friends or clan members.
we know who I'm going to shout out. Bobo and Safe, yeah. Just shout out to the whole community. It's been a really, really awesome year, 2 years.
Yeah. It's been great to see, because you've obviously been a big part, I think, a lot of people discovering, me especially, I think literally when I saw you stream and I was like, okay, this is how you play the game. This is how you're supposed to play the game. That's how you're supposed to play the game. I'm just like running into walls and stuff. Still to this day.
Good to see. Good. I was literally about to say, good to see my gameplay has not improved anything on your part.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly drunk when I play though. Who do you think are some of the best clans in the game at this moment in time?
I think every clan at least has one or good teams.
Very good political answer. I like it.
But it's true. It really is true. I think that definitely all clans have one or two good teams, and some clans, accept a lot more players than others. It sort of dilutes the skill a little bit. So it's difficult to make a determination just based off of the current players. I would say that the main ones obviously come to mind: Merc, Flaw, Gold, Cola now. Cola's started moving up there with some good players. Yeah, I would say at least one or two teams per clan are quite good. Excellent.
Speaking of Flaw, I mean, there's a big tournament happening. As this podcast goes out, it's happening tonight. It's happening this weekend.
Oh, is it? Oh, you putting this out tomorrow? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It will be happening Friday night. Yeah, we'll have custom servers, which is a huge milestone and step forward for us.
Wow.
Testing has went okay with it, and hopefully by the time this video goes out, nothing has gone on fire and everything's blown up.
Hopefully, fingers crossed for all the players, and good luck to all the players this weekend. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'll miss Friday night because I'm streaming on Friday night, singing stuff, but I'll try and catch Saturday and the finals on Sunday, I believe. I'll be tuning in for that.
It'd be awesome to watch you live stream it at some point as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, I think. Does KD mean anything to you as a player?
The age-old question. And I am by no means the arbiter of the answer for this. Like, I have my personal opinion.
Okay.
Does it mean anything personally to me? I think that no, it doesn't. I think KD isn't an entire, and I guess it also depends on the question you're asking. Is KD an indicator of skill? If you were to ask me that, I would say no. I believe that, especially with just the game evolution over the past year and the difference in matchmaking and the difference in lobbies. Some lobbies are harder than others, some are easier, and naturally your KD is going to be affected and reflected in that. So I think it's too nuanced. I think when you look at it as a whole and you include KD as part of a wider context, yes, but in isolation, no.
By the way, I wonder if anyone, I know you thought about this, I wonder if anyone's listening to this very question right now going, what the fuck does KD mean? So maybe we should explain what that means, just in case there's a lot of casual people listening, because I'm very much a casual player, so I don't give a fuck about KD. But it means kill-death ratio, basically, doesn't it?
Yep, so how many kills do you get per death in your game? And I mean, my KD was never that high. It was only about 5 or 6. So I'd get 5 or 6 kills every single time I died. But the level of skill that I played at was pretty top at the time. So it's not always, like I said, an entire reflection of skill. One of my French friends, Ravencia at the time, had a 12 or 13 KD, which is quite relatively high. And we would play against each other quite frequently. And I'd say it was maybe about 50-50. If I'm being nice, if I want to give the political answer, not trash talk them, I'll give the political answer and say it's 50-50. No, Ravencia, he gave me a hard time. Me and Ravencia had actually started out, and this is one thing that I have repeatedly loved about the competitive scene, is that you can start out being rivals with someone. You can start out being like total haters, like elite tier haters of each other. And that was what had happened with, me and Ravencia. And, even me and my other friends prior to that, we would be on the same servers. And I would just get so annoyed with them. I'd be like, oh my God, this dude's and that was one thing that I loved as well, is I never sniped. I was never a huge sniper. I've always been a really close up SMG shotgun type player. Very, very hyper aggressive, which is funny because on the classes and legends I play on other games, everyone's like, why the hell are you running that playing shotguns? But it's what I digress. So I'd get sniped out the friggin' air, and I'm like, this was like back in Pioneers. I hated this guy so much, and he ended up becoming one of my best friends after. And it's the same with Ravencia, and it's been, I see him a couple of times where we just trash talk each other, and then it's like he won't actually just squad up, and then we squad up, and we just become really good friends afterwards. Awesome. Yes,
that's fantastic. Here's a good question. What's your favourite weapon in OTG?
The Tacoma. I think the Tacoma is always going to be my favourite. I like all the variants of it. The variants are awesome. I think I've got a bit of nostalgia. I know OTG hasn't been out that long, but I feel like I've got nostalgia for the game already, where when the game first came out, I non-stopped played the Tacoma. And it was just my weapon, like I just went off with it, and I love the Tacoma.
I think I started using the Tacoma because I saw you using it, and I was like, okay, I'll use that. And I love it. I love it as well. So that's your favourite weapon overall, yeah?
Yep. Tacoma.
Perfect. What's your favourite cyber limbs?
That's evolved as well over the past year. I originally had started the game running Leapers, Phosphor, and Recon. And now I could not imagine going back to Leapers. It's been so long since I've been on Roadrunners. My favourite legs would be probably Roadrunners. My favourite arms, it changes. I wouldn't say that
bounce bombers?
I have... No, definitely not bounce bombers. I have never ran the bounce bombers. I can confidently say that. I don't know what my favourite arm would be, though. I think on OTG at least, I'm very information focused. So I'd say Recon or Paralyzer.
Yeah.
I'm not, and this is only because we don't currently have any support limbs in the game. So usually I am a support character on the other games that I play. And I would love to be a support character on OTG. And that's not to say that we don't have...
Oh, something coming up?
No, that's not to say that we don't have any long-term plans, for more support stuff. But at the moment, we don't have any support limbs in the game. So we are, obviously kind of tunnel visioned into playing either an aggressive limb like the Phosphor Slamfist that's a lot bit geared towards movement, or an information limb, right?
So, see, when you say support, what does that mean?
So take Apex, for example. On Apex, you've got a complete class dedicated to support, and each legend will do a specific thing that is for team support. So, for example, I was a Lifeline main for the longest time, and Lifeline has like a healing drone. So I get to provide my whole team with a healing drone on the go in the middle of a fight. Right now on Apex, I'm running a new character. She's actually technically a movement character. However, she can be used and abused quite heavily as a support character. Her name is Alter. It's just my Spotify's pausing. She can be used as a support character. So support basically just means that you're supporting your team, right? Yeah. At the moment on OTG, we've got, Skunk Paw, we've got Javelinas, we've got Phosphor, Paralyzer. We've got all these limbs that are geared more towards either doing damage to another player, giving information to the player, or controlling an area, sort of like the Skunk Paw. But there's nothing really there to provide your team with support. So like Alter and Apex right now, I can put like a portal down somewhere. Like I can't remember the exact range that I need to be away from the portal, but say like 50 meters within the game. Within the 50-meter circle radius of that portal, if we one push a team, 2 of us get knocked, I can go back to the portal and pull my teammates through the portal back. Right. And so that's like a support. So I'm supporting the team here. And there's nothing really that serves that purpose or role in OTG at the moment.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant, the healing aspect. That's quite interesting. I'm not a big Apex guy. I tried that a few times, but I'm terrible. But here's a question for you, actually. See your hook shot. I'll always run a hook shot. That's like one of my favourite limbs. Can that be used to pull down teammate towards you, or would that just kill them? I never thought about this before.
I'm pretty sure it pulls you. I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure it pulls them towards you.
That'd be pretty cool. I never even thought about that until now. You just gave me an idea.
I know it pulls you when you're up, but I'm pretty sure, it would pull you when you're down too. Okay. That would be pretty cool though, for sure.
Yeah, cool. So what's your least favourite limbs?
Oh, that list is long. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm sorry to whoever's watching this.
Sorry, no one's watching.
I don't know. Again, also changes, depending on the meta, right? My least favorite at the moment would actually be Slugger. So one of the things I definitely have challenges with on OTG is we have a couple of limbs that are dedicated or maybe unintended to stop you from basically playing the game. Like, on other games, we don't really have anything like that. And if we do, it tends to be really OP. Whereas on OTG, they seem to be an integral part to some limbs. So take the Paralyzer, for example. You can literally hack a player, stop them from moving, right? That's a huge change in the flow of the game, right? And now you've got Slugger with, being a... And when I say that I don't like Slugger, does that mean I think that it should change? Personally, probably not. I think that when we had nerfed Slugger last year to not include your legs, it meant that it basically became pointless at that point, right? Yeah. Everyone could get out of it. No one ran it, and it was only really useful at the start of games when no one had leg shit, right? So, just the limbs that disable you is definitely my least favorite part about the game and my least favorite part of limbs. So I wouldn't say it's very much a specific limb, but a function of a limb, and it disables the player in some sort of way. From being able, it's similar to the stun in the Slamfist, right? You've got the dart on the Paralyzer, stun on the Slamfist, the Slugger. I would like to be able to play the game.
I was going to say,
not be locked out of it.
That's a good answer, because anytime that happens to me, I panic. I get anxiety, and I'm like, oh, I can't move.
It's a natural psychological response, right? You're not in control of your character anymore, so you are just like, what the fuck do I do now?
And then in come the bounce bombers.
That too, that also does disable you too, and I get the frustrations currently.
Alright. Next question, what's your favourite content pack so far? What's it been?
Oh, my favourite content pack so far. Oh, that's a hard one. I have like some favourite skins and sets, but content pack. Oh, that's hard.
What's some of your favourite skins then?
I love the Player Zero set. I think just the gold chest rig is one of my favourite PCs. I actually really love our recent sets, to be honest, in the Battle Pass. You know, the what's that content pack? Oh, why am I so stumped for this?
Because it's 20 past 3 in the morning.
It's 20 past 3 in the morning, and I've got to be up in like 5 hours. Not even that, actually. I've got to be up in like 4. But I'm here. I'm ready to yap away. I think content pack wise, probably Scump. To be honest, I really like Scump's like gold and black kind of aesthetic, and I like the GPU. You know, the GPU on his front. Love it.
I absolutely love the PC versus console thing.
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah, actually, can I change my answer? Because that was actually probably my favourite pack as well.
Oh really? Was it?
PC. Yeah. Because I just loved it. Did you see the video we put out with it as well? We put out like a whole big animation, and the team worked so hard on it.
So good.
So proud of them. Yeah. It was such a I loved that pack for sure. The voice lines were really funny as well. I know again it's controversial in the community, but I'd love to be able to do more stuff like that.
Oh no, that's what it should be all the time. Please. Anyone listening, I want more of that stuff. The parody stuff is fantastic. All right, so what's your favourite part of Teardrop Island? And I'm going to say so far, because obviously it's not the full island we've got.
What do you think? Here we go. What would you guess would be my favourite part of Teardrop?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay. My favourite area of Teardrop is OCO. I was
going to say OCO. I was just going to say OCO.
Yeah.
Is that your
Especially with the towers, you know, you've basically got free reign of anyone trying to fly up to you. Mm-hmm. You know, I love the water. I love I love the vibes up there.
The towers are great. Yeah.
Yep.
What's your favourite emote? There's quite a lot now, isn't there, in the game?
Yeah, there is. I'm an OG. I love the final mall. You know, I think that will always be in my heart. But we've got so many good emotes though now. So many good, and obviously we just recently added executions as well. So got so many cool options for that coming. Yeah,
those are looking good. I like I just noticed in the battle pass, this one currently there's like a John Cena inspired "You Can't See Me." Yeah. And I'm a big wrestling fan, so I'm gonna have to get that on the go. I need to start emoting more when I play the game, because I'm too busy just running for my life, Cosmic. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't have time to fucking emote and you've got Tameless running after you. You know what I mean? What's your least favourite meta so far?
Oh, I would actually say, right, I wouldn't say maybe it's the most overpowered, but I would say it's definitely my least favourite meta would be the M4 meta. I don't know what it was, Dead End, but it playing during that meta just so demoralised me. I was like, what? And it's not anything to do, obviously, with the teams. The team tried really hard to balance, the M4 and obviously aim assist and stuff, but it was just like brr, every corner you turned, it was just like someone with an M4 on this island all the time. And it was just, so M4 probably my least favourite meta. What about you? What's your least favourite meta?
Well, I was waiting to say, are you saying that because it went on for so long, maybe? I didn't mind it at the start.
I just never liked the M4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never been an M4 player, and I remember Bobo played it before it became meta, and I'm like, why are you running that thing? Stop. And he started running double M4s. Yep. And I was still on my Kestrel Tacoma at the time, or did I move to the Woodpecker at that point? I'd moved to the Woodpecker for a long time, then I went back to the Tacoma once they'd nerfed the Woodpecker a little bit. So yeah, I just didn't like it, and I think the whole Slamfest just was, it was getting frustrating to play for sure.
I think I've got two answers. The double, because you used to run the double paralyzer all the time. when back in the day.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, oh god, everyone was running the double paralyzer, and it was it not like 3 darts or something at one point?
So it used to be original 3 darts. It used to last for quite a
Forever.
long time.
Oh, again, it's almost like that slugger thing where it's like I can't. But it has to be. Sorry, continue.
No, I was agreeing with you too.
Oh, sorry, I evaded them. Ripper, the fucking Ripper meta. Jesus Christ! I think we can all agree. Oh, that was a rough. That was legs flying everywhere, arms flying everywhere. Fuck me.
I've never spent so long on Teardrop Island looking for my arms after they were slashed off. I swear.
Oh my lord! I think. Do you know what I miss about the game? And
what do you miss?
I really miss about the game. When you fell and your legs fell off, I miss that. The fall damage. Because now you fall, you take the damage. I think that was hilarious back in the day.
It was funny, and I remember when we first launched in Pioneers, that wasn't fully into the game yet.
Right.
And then there was one update where we finally added it, and then they added the voice lines in for like when you were screaming and stuff, and they made it so loud. So our first game on, all we just heard was these awful screams coming from every area of the map, and we were like, "What the hell is going on?" It was just the funniest thing ever.
Well, I'm going to campaign to bring that back. I want people's legs to be flying off. All right.
On you go, DeadEndOld.
I'm going to start a campaign in this podcast right now because it's funny. The clips are hilarious. Right? When people are streaming that game, like, it's so funny.
It is.
All right, I know some folk like to play with music in the background as the game. I don't. My brain's not wired like that. But if you do, what are you listening to while you're slaying on Teardrop Island?
Nothing. I cannot do music. I cannot do any background noise. Really? Nothing. Nope. If I'm locked in, I need to be locked in. Dead End. You've heard me in Discord sometimes. If I've even got people talking in the same voice chat I'm in, I'm like, no, this is overstimulating. I'm out. Bye bye. I cannot do it.
Well, I'm the same. That's just why I'm like, I'd like solos because, I don't need to speak to anyone.
You can just focus and lock in.
Just focus on running away from Tameless endlessly. All right, well, this might answer the next question. I'm a Sholto Copley guy. For those that don't know, he's in most of Neil Blomkamp's movies. South African actor. Yep. He's fantastic. He plays Cobra in the game. So, do you enjoy Cobra's voice lines in the game, or do you turn him off? What was that?
I don't know. I'm making some noises here. Okay.
Maybe.
I should say that yes, I keep them on, and I've got them at 200x volume. However, I do turn them off. Yes.
I think a lot of competitive gamers will do that because, like you say, it's hyper focus. I can't.
It's overstimulating when you've got too many things. You've got him telling you there's a hex in Oshio, a hex in God knows where, a hex up your arse. Like,
there's a hex up your arse. I've not heard that one yet.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Cobra screaming in your ear, there's a hex up your arse. I can't turn them off. I just love them so much. Do you have a favourite Neil Blomkamp movie, and why is it District 9?
I think Elysium probably is my favourite.
Elysium's great, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a huge fan of District 9, but I can see the love for it, absolutely. And there's a lot of movies where I can see the love and I can see the vision, and there's some movies where I don't get it. I'm like, what the hell, why did you enjoy that? But District 9, I see, just not for me. Elysium, and I loved Chappie. Actually. For different reasons. I feel like I liked him for different reasons.
I mean, obviously you can see a lot of Blomkamp's vision in this game, and I think that's what I was like, holy shit, this is cool. It's like Elysium and District 9 looking. I love it. What's your biggest pet peeve in the game?
My biggest pet peeve in the game, and just in regards to the mechanics?
Or anything. Whether it's new players or...
I don't hate you, no.
I'm not saying you hate them. I'm just saying, sometimes it takes them 5 minutes to figure out.
Can I say sweaty players? Even though
sweaty
I am
players.
like
yes.
that problem, it's like when you come across and it's like, bro, there is some times where it's Sunday morning, I get on early, it's my day off, I just want to chill. I hop on, I load up one game, and even I am like getting chased across the map, but I'm like, nope. Like, so yeah, I'd say coming across sweaty players when I'm so unprepared is definitely.
So what you're saying is we need ranked.
I would love a ranked mode. Yes.
I just want it. I just want that in solos so that all you sweats can go play ranked, and it's just me in solos destroying new players like you guys used to do. I'm gonna change my name to Cosmic, run around the map.
Well, that is the absolutely great thing about ranked mode in general, is that it's the whole point is to progress over a period of time. So, you could start off as a complete noob and progress as the season goes along and end up with being a pro. So
you're working towards a goal. It's always a good thing in video games, I think. So your biggest pet peeve is sweats, even though you are one. Cool. So
yourself
is your biggest pet peeve.
Problem.
Who would you like to see OTG collaborate with potentially?
Oh, a lot of.
You're going to say Pokemon Build-A-Bear, aren't you?
Oh my god! I thought you said something different there, DeadEndOld. I thought you said Pokemon. I can't even repeat what I thought you just said.
Keep it to yourself.
I'll message you after this. This is way too. Who would I like to see OTG collaborate with?
Build-A-Bear.
I think mostly in terms of like perhaps movie franchises or already sort of existing franchises. Definitely like the Terminator or
it's always cool.
Something really, really cool. But in terms of maybe content creators, I don't know actually. Yeah, I don't know. I'll need to come back to that question because
I think
spring to mind.
I think they should do. When I asked myself this question, it's the most stupid statement I've ever heard in my life. When I asked myself this question about episode 0, I think I'd said I'd like to see them do something with the shoes. You know what I mean? Fucking Adidas,
collaborate with shoes.
Nike, and get the Jordans on your feet as you're running around. That'd be cool.
Go to Primark.
Primark, Clark's, 10 Bob sliders, slip-ons, slippers. All right, here's one for you that might be. Again, this is for most players. You've got Vlad, the CEO of Gunzilla. You might know, sitting directly in front of you right now. Pitch him a suggestion that would improve the OTG experience for new players. Tough one.
Yeah, there's layers to this that I might need to come back to this question.
All right, don't worry. I would suggest, I think, some sort of more like when you're getting introduced and you're playing against bots. I think that should go on a bit longer. Or there should maybe be a casual mode or something, I don't know. Just shooting the shit.
There's so many layers. There's so many ways. I'll maybe move away from talking about OTG specifically, but just overall, like a lot of people and players talk about having a skill ceiling and a skill gap, right? But one thing that's often left out of that conversation is the skill floor. And that's not one thing that's brought up very often. So the skill floor and the skill ceiling is where the skill gap is. So the skill floor, that's the minimum basic floor where players need to get to comprehend and play the game as intended, right? And the skill floor for games like OTG are quite high because of the movement, because of the variety of limbs, because of all the different mechanics that you've got within the game. It's got quite a high skill floor, right, inherently. And players seem to think that by reducing the skill ceiling, you're somehow reducing the skill gap or making the game more casual friendly. And I wouldn't always agree with that personally. You can keep the skill ceiling intact, and that's just what I'm trying to say there is that players will still be able to reach those same levels of skill when it comes to their movement, their tracking, their micro decision making, the variety of metrics that go into making up what makes the skill floor or the skill ceiling what it is on OTG what it is, right? When it comes to the skill floor and improving the experience for new players, like I said, there's so many different things that could be done to improve the experience and are being done, that we might not always fully share with you guys the details and the nitty-gritties of, but there are things, and we are hugely committed to making the experience for new players as easy and as enjoyable as possible, right?
Yeah.
So while also, again, you know, I was a pro myself on the game. I don't really like calling myself that, but I was good at the game. I really enjoyed the game. So I definitely have everyone's interest in mind when it comes to my decision making and when it comes to my approach. So there's definitely not one specific design decision made to cater towards one audience. It's a lot of decisions by a lot of different teams, you know.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. That's a good question for you because you just nailed it. Be interesting to hear what other people suggest. You know, if I get other people on, just say, pitch a suggestion just to see what they say. You know, asking you, it's like you're thinking, you know, you're thinking the whole. I love it. I've not even thought about it like that before. But yeah, you've got to think of players like Safe and then players like we DeadEndOld, who just running into walls still after playing for a year.
Chewing the world, the concrete.
All right, you're 0. It's had a long, hard day on Teardrop Island, and it's time to stuff your face with food. What are they eating?
Right now, I am protein maxing out at the moment.
Oh shit!
So yeah, I am like, I'm just so hungry for meat recently.
Oh no!
So I've been eating tons of chicken and beef, and I'm not a huge. I got some beans that I'm gonna have. Mm-hmm. Not a huge bean person. I had some Swedish meatballs today. Swedish meatballs are so good. Did you ever get them from IKEA?
So good.
So good.
I haven't had them in ages.
You know what? I know it's like nearly 4 a.m, right? But I've got half a packet still left in there. I might go and shove on after.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I used to, before I'd started this diet that I'm on, I use the word diet very loosely just to convey the idea that hey, I'm on a calorie restriction at the moment. However, before I was on my calorie restriction, I was eating these chocolate pretzels and they were so good. Yeah, I love chocolate pretzels, so that's what they would be eating for sure.
Alright, so you're 0 after a long hard day on Teardrop, stuffing their face with chocolate pretzels. That's a good answer. What would be the beverage of choice to wash down those chocolate pretzels? Diet
Iron Brew. I love Diet Iron Brew.
See, that's interesting because I'm the same. Diet Iron Brew.
Really?
Well, it's called sugar free now, isn't it?
Is it actually called sugar free? I don't know. It's the silver can. It's always the silver can.
It's been called sugar free for ages. For those that don't know, in Scotland, we are all brought up since we're babies on this thing called Iron Brew. And I saw people talking about it in the Discord the other day. Someone said it was absolutely disgusting, the worst drink they've ever had. Someone said it's one of the best drinks they've ever had. I think, yeah, it's like Marmite, I think. You either love it or hate it. But that's a good choice. Diet Iron Brew, like perfect for a Scottish woman, a Scottish lass.
Have you tried the Iron Brew Max or whatever it's called?
I have not, I don't think.
It's like the one where it's like, because I usually like Pepsi Max or like Coke Zero and stuff, but like I have tried the blue one, but I just don't like it as much as Diet Iron Brew, which is strange because I like the Max versions of other ones.
I saw some tropical fucking Iron Brew in Tesco
really
the other day. I was like, what's this?
My God.
Never tried it. So there you go, Diet Iron Brew and chocolate pretzels.
Literally, that would be, yeah.
But this is again, question for players. What's one feature you would like to see added to Off the Grid in future updates?
One feature that I would like to see. Oh, this is hard because a lot of the stuff that I'd like to see is coming.
Might be coming, yeah.
It's coming.
You don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, so yes, that's all I will say is a lot of the things that I would like to see are coming.
Right, so you want to see Pokemon Build-A-Bears. Okay, got it. What's your most prized possession in Off the Grid?
Oh,
And you must have a good
yeah, I did. I built up a good inventory, yeah.
I call it the inventory.
The inventory. Probably, yeah, my gold mask, my golden monkey mask, since it is the rarest in the game.
How did you get that again? How did you win that again? Like, how did I
did not win the golden mask. I tried so hard. I'd stayed up for the hunt and
what was the event?
All the raffles, and I didn't win, so I had to buy it.
Right. Nice.
But I think Safe won a golden mask.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't think... Did Bobo? I think Bobo... Oh, no. I remember now. I'm so mad about this, and I'm still really very mad about this. So, I don't know if you guys remember when the golden mask raffle was happening. We, the team at the time, did the raffle, right? And it was supposed to be every person in the team. I can't remember the exact issue, but it was supposed to be all the people in the team, but it turned out something had went wrong, so only the team leader got the mask. And I was in Bobo's team, so I was supposed to get the mask. But only Bobo got it in the end, because they had to like basically just make it just the winners, and then an additional teams as well. So I didn't win. I was so mad about it.
Bobo.
Yeah, and Safe and Bobo had theirs, and I had to go and break my pockets.
So that's your most prized possession, do you reckon? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think.
Just rubbing it on our faces. I hear you. I don't have one. I definitely entered raffles. I've won a hee-haw, as we say in Scotland.
I've seen you on Open Sea Dead End. I'm sure you'll get something,
Aye.
to fill that inventory with something cool.
Well, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Here's an idea I've got for the podcast. You can say yes or no, but it's a potential new question that you would like to add for future guests of this podcast. Could be a silly question, or it could be an actual decent question about Pokemon Build-A-Bears or whatever.
What is one thing they would like to see in events? So how we had the July 4th event. What is the one event they would like to see covered? So it could be Christmas, could be Halloween, could be Easter, could be Chinese New Year, could be something really random that's really cultural, maybe perhaps has really cool aesthetics attached to it. So yeah, just what's their most favourite holiday, and what theme would they like to see with an event? Sweet,
added, there you go, that's been added to the list of questions. Thanks for that. And I think most people will get to add a new question as well going forward, so we'll just add, and that's a great question. What was that?
Thank God I'm first in.
You're first, there you go, you're right in there. So what would you love to see? I'm trying to think of an answer that's in there. I'll cover it next time, because I can't think. What time is it? 20 to 4 in the morning.
I love that I go through 37 questions dead end, and I ask you one question.
I'm stumped. Shit. I'm like, fuck, what would I like to see? I don't know. I'll come back to you with that one next episode, guys. Or maybe I'll think about it, go to bed, and then by the time this
you'll
podcast...
wake up kicking yourself like, I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah. An event or something. That'd be great. Okay, I'll have a think. It's a good question, though. Well, you've been absolutely fantastic. Thanks for doing this for me, Cosmic. Guest number 1. How about that?
I know.
Huh?
Thank you again for having me on. I love talking about OTG, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. And where can we find you in the World Wide Web? Plug anything you like.
Yeah, probably won't plug anything. I'm good. You guys all know me.
I was going to say, how about this one? Just go to OTG Discord. Yeah. If you don't have Discord, I'll forget Discord. Or
the OTG Twitter, anything like that, official. Just be like, hey, Cosmic, what's up?
Yeah, see the name Cosmic, say, hey, what's happening? So, thank you very much. And again, thanks for giving up your precious time to be here. I really appreciate it. Thanks, you wee ledge.
No, thank you, Dead End. Thank you so much for having me on, and I hope that your future guests are just as cool as me, but I doubt it.
Yep, you and your Pokemon Build-A-Bears. All right,
see you guys.
I'll see you in Teardrop, Cosmic. Cheers to Cosmic for that special first interview, and hopefully we can get her back on a future episode, not looking like a basic bitch. Cheers, you wee ledge. Alright, it's time for Hexual Seduction. That's right. I'll end each episode by opening a hex and see what we get. If you want to be in with a chance to choose which hex I open, sign up to Patreon and you will be next. Or all you have to do is follow that OTG podcast on Twitter, X Bebo, and someone will be picked at random. Okay, so make sure you are following. Let's just switch to the thing, and then we do this, and then we make it so, as Jean-Luc Picard would say. And yes, that is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. Actual seduction. No. Actual seduction. Actual seduction. Anyway, Marksy, podcast pioneer 001. Look at these. I've still got Liberty. I've got 8 Liberty hexes here. Marksy has chosen a rare weapon attachment, which I believe I don't actually have because I haven't been playing on my PlayStation 5, which I need to actually try and level up slightly soon because the Battle Pass ends in 2 weeks. Alright, so what we got? So we can open an Omni rare. What did he say? Attachment. I've only got an epic. So we epic, or let me see. I sent him a message. See if he's going to get back to me in time. Probably not because it's very recent. Okay, so let's just go with the Omni. I said the attachment though. Fuck it, let's go with the blue. You know what? I'll open 2. You know what? Let's do that. He's fucking podcast pioneer 001. Do you know what? Fuck it. Let's just break all the rules of this episode. Since I'm ill, I'll choose one as well. On top of the 2 that Marks has chosen. So we'll open a rare Omni Hex, which he said he wanted a rare. Let's try it. Here we go. I'm breaking the rules, but fuck it. Rare. See what we get. What's it gonna be? It's a heavy duty biker mask for use with all types of helmets, providing maximum protection for the face and eyes. Boasting an anti-fog, anti-scratch, and 100% anti-UV protection visor, lightweight and suitable for both a leisurely bike ride or a protracted firefight. I sounded like that Scottish newscaster. Valued and loved by bikers and zeros alike. Well, that's just fucking fantastic, eh? Thank God we're opening another one. We're going to open the attachment, because he did say attachment, but it's not. We don't have the rare variety, but we're going to open an epic. Fuck it. Here we go, Marksy. This is for you. Let's go! It's a kite heavy barrel! A specially crafted barrel that accelerates rounds as they travel, increasing bullet velocity and damage rangé. That's French for range. Alright, there we go. We have just opened 2. I'm really tempted to break all the rules and open a Liberty Hex. Since I'm ill. Well, I'll just do it. Since it's episode 001 and I'm ill. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go in the middle. 4. I'm opening this. Just for me. Fuck it. Let's break all the rules. Liberty Hex, what's it gonna be? Professional Patriot skin for the Mavinga. Self-protected profit, that's what guns were made for. Actual seduction. Whoa, actual seduction. Oh yeah, actual seduction. Open a Liberty Hex and get a professional Patriot skin for the Mavinga. Actual, oh, it's finished. Sorry. Anyway, guys, that was episode 001 has come to an end. On an absolutely fantastic note there. Fuck. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to shove some gun in my wallet and help support the shows. I'm rooked. The wallet address is in the description. I don't even know how to make that work, but someone can help me. And once again, you can head to patreon.com/thatotg podcast and keep this absolute shit show going. Help spread the word. Put my controller down. Tell fellow zeros out there there's a new podcast in town, and let's track OTG's journey together. Thanks for listening to episode 001 zeros. And remember one thing. I'll see you on Teardrop Island, motherfuckers!
It took a lot of hard work.